Welcome to Retire Ready in 10, the Financial Corner podcast. Real conversations for real people. Hosted by Phuoc and Tram. We help you retire smart with confidence and clarity in just 10 minutes a week. Welcome everybody. I'm Phuoc Kong, CEO of Financial Corner and a retirement income strategist.
And my name is Tram, licensed agent and trained psychotherapist. Well, today we are diving into one of the biggest fears that people have when thinking about retirement. What if I run out of money?
You know, this fear isn't just common, it's completely valid. Because let's be honest, retirement today is not what it used to be. People are living longer, retiring earlier, and facing more financial uncertainty than ever.
I have met clients who have saved $1 million and they still worry because they do not know how long that money will last or how to use it wisely.
Exactly. Now imagine someone retires at 65 and then lives to 95. That's 30 years of withdrawals, medical expenses, inflation, and maybe helping kids and grandkids too. Now suddenly that $1 million doesn't stretch as far as they thought.
Especially if they are only relying on the stock market and hoping for the best. So, what drained retirement funds faster than expected?
So let's break it down. Here are the three biggest threats to your savings. First is market volatility. A bad year early in your retirement can throw everything off. We call this the sequence of returns risk. Next is, of course, inflation, which even at 3 to 4% annual inflation, that's going to cut your buying power in half in just 20 years. And of course, the one we fear the most, living longer than planned. Now, longevity risk. While it's good for your life, it's bad for your budget.
Well, let's make it real. I like case example. Let's take the Millers, retired couple, both 66. They have $800,000 in IRAs plus the Social Security. But they withdrew heavily during a market downturn to help a family member to cover medical bills.
Right. And then by year 6 of their retirement, their savings dropped to $500,000. Now they panicked and they started to withdraw less. But inflation caught up and now they're worried they'll need to move in with their kids.
What can they do differently?
Well, that's where planning changes the story. Now, instead of just drawing down from a big pool of money, we can help clients create guaranteed income streams, like building their own personal pension.
Ooh, what does that actually look like? And in practical terms, please.
Well, there are a few options, but one of the most powerful tools we use are fixed index annuities. These allow your money to grow safely with market-linked interest, but never lose value when the market drops. And many of them offer lifetime income riders, which guarantee a monthly check as long as you live, even if the account value drops to zero.
So it's like a paycheck that never runs out?
Exactly. It takes the guesswork out of retirement.
I have seen the difference when people shift from worrying about how much money is left to feeling secure with a monthly income that cover their basic needs.
Well, that's the goal. Cover your essentials with guaranteed income and then use your other savings for fun, travel, or leaving a legacy.
So, what does people often miss?
The problem is that people delay planning because they think it's complicated or they'll assume that they'll figure it out later. But the longer you wait, the fewer options you'll have.
And the truth is, you don't need to know everything. You just need to start asking the right questions, right?
Right. Well, so here are 3 questions that you can ask yourself right now. 1, what are my essential monthly expenses in retirement? Which will help you figure out what you actually need. 2, how much guaranteed income will I have?
Like Social Security and pensions?
Right. And 3, do I have a plan for the rest that won't run out? Now, if you don't have clear answers, that's totally okay. That's what we're here for.
Well, call Financial Corner today to schedule a free one-on-one consultation.
Or if you're in our area, we're hosting free, friendly workshops right here in Lodi on the first Saturday of every month, just to help you walk through this process step by step. With no pressure, no tough sales, just helpful guidance and real solutions. So if you're ever worried about outliving your savings, you're not alone. Let's fix that together.
That was our first episode of Retire Ready in 10, the Financial Corner podcast. So, how do you feel?
I feel all right. I feel pretty good. I mean, to be honest with you, I was feeling pretty nervous when you suggested we started a podcast. But, it was fun. And I'm glad you made me do it.
Well, so I have a question for you.
Okay.
I know that you went to Berkeley and
Yeah.
majored in math, which already tell us you are a numbers guy. But for those who do not know you like I do, how did you go from solving equations to running your own financial company?
Yeah. So I did graduate from Berkeley, go Bears, with a degree in applied mathematics. And that basically means I'm pretty good at solving problems, just not always the ones that made me money at first. Back then, I thought I was heading towards a career in software development or web development and design. Back in the 2000s, early 2000s, the .com was exploding, and I thought I was riding the wave. But surprise, surprise, the bubble burst, and suddenly I was holding a shiny degree and watching job offers evaporate. So like a lot of folks, I had to pivot. Now, if I remember correctly, at the time, my uncle was the one that introduced me to...
Jatua, right?
Yes, that's right. Was the one that introduced me to financial services, and I actually got my foot in the door working with taxes, and then eventually insurance, and all types of insurance, actually, and then financial consulting, and that got me on the road. But what started as like a temporary detour became something I really connected with. And I realized, just like in math, financial planning and financial consulting is about problem solving. And these problems were for real people, personal,
Very personal when
Yeah.
you deal with people money.
Yep. So people were coming to me with serious questions about their future, their families, their fears. And I love being able to bring clarity and strategy to that. Now, fast forward 24 years later, I've worked with hundreds, if not thousands of clients, seen all kinds of economic cycles. And, today I get to lead my very own company, which I started, Financial Corner, Inc., helping people plan for retirement in a way that's safe and intentional and tailored to them.
Well, thank you for sharing.
You're welcome. Now, well, what do you think? Well, what do you think of the first episode yourself?
It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is fun. Surprisingly, you already know I'm introvert, but I love doing this kind of stuff.
I know. And you like making me do this kind of stuff.
Well, you're really good at it. You're just naturally good at it. I have to practice to be good.
Well, I don't know if I agree with you on that one, but I think this is a good start to something. So I'm looking forward to doing more of these with you and having these conversations with our audience. So I want to thank everybody for listening to the Retire Ready in 10 podcast here with Financial Corner. Don't forget to subscribe and share with someone who needs this.